about the basic structure in Python. So let's proceed further. So in this basic structure, we will be discussing about the Python syntax. So Python syntax is like a grammar for this programming language. So here it indicates that syntax acts like a grammar. Likewise, in English language, we have grammar as one of the major part which helps us to understand each and every sentences, how to write the sentence, how to start with the sentence. So same way, this Python syntax will also help us to give us the set of rules, how we can code, how we can organize our code, how to write the code, and much more. Now, for example, in Python, if I want to initialize any variable, I can just say a equal to 10. Indicates that the variable a is holding the value 10. So this is the correct way of initializing the variable in Python. So there are certain rules and regulations, and these rules and regulations are called as syntax. So here the syntax to initialize our variable as given as a equal to 10 indicates that the variable a is holding the data 10. And so here, likewise in other programming language, for example, if I talk about C programming language, I have to initialize that int a equal to 10 indicates that my variable a is holding an integer type of data in it. So this int has to be initialized before declaring the variable. But in Python, it's not so. The interpreter will explicitly understand that a is a variable and it is holding the data 10 in it. So correctly the interpreter will understand. So, in short, Python syntax is nothing but the rules and regulations to be followed while we are coding in it. So, let's proceed further. Then, the next concept coming into picture is the indentation. So, what do we understand by the word indentation? Indentation means nothing but the spacing, the correct formatting. Now, for example, if any document is given to us, we always check with the title, the content, the image, how it has to be formatted line wise. So, here also, this indentation refers to the white spaces. So, here it says refers to use of white spaces at the beginning of the code line. So here, whenever we are writing any code in Python, the spacing has to be done correctly. For example, here is given a conditional statement if 10 is greater than 5. The condition put here is if 10 is greater than 5 followed by the semicolon, and then we have left some white spaces here. So this is hard and fast rule that in Python we have to leave some spacing after if any condition, or if you are using any for loop, okay, for I in range. Okay, so if you're using any for loop or something, you have to give some spacing and then write the printing statement. So this is called, this spacing which is given while writing the code is called as indentation. So this spacing is necessary. So this is the rule that whenever we are coding, if we are writing any conditional statement or if we are writing any looping statement, the white spaces, the content inside the loop or the content inside the conditional statements has to be given some spacing. So this spacing is called as indentation. So why this indentation is used? Because it makes the code readable for the user or the programmer. So it looks very good to read the code, to understand the code. Code readability becomes very easier. We can easily identify the mistakes, or we can identify the mistakes and rectify the errors as well as. Okay, so this is called as indentation. So here indentation refers to nothing but the white spaces. So let's demonstrate one of the simple example here. So we will go to our integrated development environment, and here I would like to code. Now for example, I give a condition if 10 is greater than 5. So as I just click on enter, the cursor is giving automatically, the interpreter will understand to give certain white spaces. So you could see when I keep the cursor here and click on enter, it automatically takes the cursor with some of the printing stick, okay, with some white spaces, and prints yes. Okay, just we are printing yes. Yes, 10 is greater than 5. Okay, so here when I run this particular code, it gives me the printing statements. So here these white spaces are called as indentation in Python. So the next part, what we are going to cover here is after the indentation, is the Python identifiers. So here, what are identifiers? So identifiers are nothing but certain unique names given to our variables. So as I have already explained that, for example, if I say a is equal to 10 indicates that a is a variable, and I'm giving 10 as the data type which is being stored in this variable. Now giving some specific name to these variables are called as identifiers. Okay. Giving some specific name or unique name to these variables are called as identifiers. Now for example, if I want to initialize a noun Ram to my variable name, so instead of just using name, I'm just giving name equal to, if I just give, this is also correct, X, Y and Z. This is the correct way. Apart from that, if I just want to give it more precise, I will just use first underscore name. Okay, this is the first name. So and I just give X, Y and Z. So this indicates that, okay, so here it indicates that giving a specific assigned or prescribed name to variables, functions and classes and others, or you can even use, okay, so these are called as Python identifiers, and these specific names can be given with an underscore symbol. So next part is nothing but the Python keywords. Keywords are nothing but these are reserved words which have specific meaning, and they have their specific purpose in Python. For some specific purpose they are being used, and these words are reserved words, and reserved words cannot be used as variables. Now for example, I cannot just use, in order to initialize any of my variable, I just cannot use break equal to 10. So I cannot use break as my variable. It's wrong, because break is my keyword. So keywords are those words which are reserved, they have specific meaning, and they also have their specific purpose. So here are some list of reserved words, that is false, none. Okay, false is a boolean value, true is a boolean value, await is nothing but to make any function wait, break is a statement, class is the name of the class, else is else statement, except is exception handling, finally import is if you want to import any library, then we have in, we use in a for loop, is, pass, raise and return statement if you want to return anything, and much more. So these are nothing but the reserves words which are used in our Python language, and these words, they have special meaning and they cannot be reused. Thank you.